Alright guys, so I am super excited to make this video. I don't know why, but I'm hyped, so let's get into it. So basically, I'm going to be talking to you guys about basically how I got into anime, how it started, and the reason why I'm basically telling you guys this story right now. So, to start from the beginning, I, believe it or not, like, as a kid, like, growing up, I grew up, like I said, with 4 older brothers. You know, they were all into Dragon Ball Z, the games, everything, all about that, honestly. And so I kind of grew up with that automatically. I was actually very girlish and tomboyish when I was young. Like, when I was really, really little, I used to, you know, go out, I used to play basketball, I used to play a lot of video games. Like, I don't know what happened and I want to start again, but I used to play a lot of video games, like, all the time with them. And I basically used to do everything with them, so whatever the guys were doing, I was doing with them because, like, they were my brothers. Only people I could play with at that age, really, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I was doing. And I liked it. Like, I really enjoyed it. I used to do a lot of guy things, but then after I would go inside and play with my dolls too, so, you know, Bratz and Barbie and whatever. Like, I don't know. So I used to be very open, and I'm still very open, so it kind of reflects a lot on my character right now. Growing up, we also used to watch Naruto when it was airing, Bleach when it was airing, Inuyasha. These are some of my favorites. One Piece, like, honestly, when they were airing on our little square TVs, guys. Square TVs, like the box ones. So, and this was like when I was like much younger, like let's say maybe 6 and 7, like really, really, really young. So then 8, 9, and I was still watching them obviously as they were airing on TV, and we loved watching them. So funny enough, I can't really say that's when I got into anime. It's just I was watching them because they were cartoons on TV, and I was watching them. Then later on, of course, we don't really call this anime, but it was still, you know, it's still part of the anime community. So Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now that was bomb. We used to watch that also on TV, and we used to watch a lot of other cartoons like Teen Titans. What was it? Kids Next Door. I don't remember that one. Anyways, we used to watch like a lot. I don't know if you guys remember any of these at all. Oh, there was also, what's it called? Oh my god, this is one of my favorites. Yeah, it was called Stormhawks, and like all kinds of other shows, you know, 16. There was so many shows we used to watch back in the day. So I was already someone very more or less engrossed in like cartoon and like animated stuff automatically. But I'm sure a lot of kids were, so it's not that crazy. But anyways, that's when it like was like normal, like just a basic, I'm a kid watching these shows on TV. And then at some point, guys, believe it or not, like I didn't watch anything. And I think up until, and I don't think it was for too long. I think maybe it was even until 14, maybe. At 14, I think around 14 was probably, 13, 14 was probably around the age where I got back into it. But for like a time frame of maybe 2 or like 3 whole years or 4, I don't remember. Like I really don't remember. For a time frame though, I was like one of those basic kids. Like I used to be artsy. I'm always artistic, so I draw and I sing and athletic. Those are the things that I was known for in like end of elementary school, stuff like that. So that was about it. And I don't know, to be honest, I don't remember what I did with my life at those times. Like, what did I do with my life at those times, like, when I wanted to just, like, do something fun? And you know, because we're young, so we didn't always go out hanging out with our friends and stuff like that, right? So what the heck did I do? Like, I don't even know. But aside from that, I guess I maybe just played some games or stayed home. We did a lot of, like, we went to the park a lot. I don't know. Okay, but aside from that, like I said, there was a huge break where I wasn't watching any of these shows. And then I went to Miami because most of my family's in Miami. So I went to Miami during the summer vacation, you know, for my grandma's birthday. And while I'm there, I meet my cousins. And I have 2 cousins. Well, I have more than 2 cousins, but I have these 2 cousins of mine. They're girls and they're like my sisters because, like I said, I don't have any sisters. And we're like around the same age. So one is younger than me by a year and one's older than me by a year. So it's like 1, 2, 3 exactly. So when I'm with them, we hang out and we have so much fun, you know, sister things. And then basically what happened one time, they're just like, oh Lara, you know, there's this show that's cool and cute. And you know what's funny? They're not otakus. Like, I'm telling you, these girls are not otakus at all. And so it's so funny that they introduced me to this show. So basically what happened was they're like, oh, there's this cute show where this girl meets these guys and they turn into animals and da 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 da, and she's like, they're cute, and I'm like, okay, hit me up, like let's watch it. What was I, like 13? Yeah, I think I was 13 here actually. And so we watch it and I'm like getting into it. I'm like, oh damn, this is good. Like basically, if you guys don't know what show I'm talking about, it's Fruits Basket. Now I don't know how many of you guys have watched it or have not watched it. It's a shoujo anime about this 16-year-old girl called Toru Honda, who basically her life kind of turns to absolute crap. Just completely, like, she's alone. She doesn't have either of her parents, and then she goes to live in a tent, but she's so positive. She's so positive and she works so hard. Like, give me half of her motivation, please, at least. So yeah, she goes to live in a tent in a forest, which don't ever do that, okay? And she leaves the tent to go to school, and after, you know, she walks by this house and she sees, which is basically going to be the Soma residence, yeah, which is where, you know, we'll get into that later. Or you guys can just watch it, I don't have to spoil too much. Basically, she goes to school, and when she comes back, something happens which allows her to, you know, get in touch with the people of that household, and from there on it unfolds. And yes, it's a shoujo. However, I was very upset that, like, it didn't continue. I was very, very sad about that. So it just kind of ended, and, like, we're like, no, we need more. You know what I'm saying? So basically, she's living quite the interesting dream. Like, we're all down. You know what I'm saying? So this was a series that, based on the manga. The manga actually aired, like, started in 1998 until 2006. When I was born, 1998. Any 90s kids? It started there, and then after the anime came out in 2001, I believe. Yeah, it was 2001, by Studio Dean. And it was very nice. Like, honestly, I liked it a lot. And I'm gonna tell you, this is the anime that started it for me. So after I watched that, I went back home, and then I got into Avatar: The Last Airbender, which, like I said, it wasn't really anime, like, you know, anime, like, it was just a, like, American cartoon. But regardless, I started getting back into, like, the whole animated shows and stuff like that. So I went back home after watching Fruits Basket, and I think I, like, probably rewatched it. And then after I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, and oh my god, like, that was my thing. Like, I went hard on that. I was like, whoo! I got everyone in my house to watch it. I bought all 3 of the DVDs. Like, I literally have them. Hold on, give me a second. So this was some time ago, but, like, this literally cost $100. Hold on. Okay, so I can't find it, but I literally got all 3. This was $100, and I, like, begged my dad to get it. I feel really bad about it now. But anyways, I was really young. I wasn't that young. I was 13 though, what the hell. But, you know, this was the 13 when kids were actually 13, and they're, like, still kids, unlike 13-year-olds today. But yeah, so I got all 3 DVDs, first, 2, and 3. Oh my god, and I used to watch them, like, all the time, and I brought them, like, to my next year vacation to Miami. I watched it with my cousins again, and I was the one more instigating it. Like I said, they weren't, like, that into it, they just liked that one show. I even drew them pictures. Like, girl, I was out here when it came to this, and this is when you could see it, like, sprouting inside me. And then I got, like, the book. There was, like, a little comic that was taking place actually after the series. I got one of them. I can't find it right now, but that's what I was looking for. I can't find it, but I got one, and then I read it and whatever. So I got so into it. Then we didn't have internet at our house for, like, a time, so I used to walk to the library a lot to go, like, on the computers there. And then I got into Naruto. Then I started Naruto and whatnot, and then it, like, you know, escalated. Imagine, like, I started Naruto, like, I restarted, because, like I told you, I used to watch it on TV when I was really young. So that's what made me go, like, oh, let me watch that again. So I watched Naruto, and then from the beginning, like, from the first Naruto, 12-year-old kids, all that stuff, like, all of it. I watched all of it, then I went to Shippuden, and then I was on track. Like, I caught up at that point, and I was on track, and I was like, eh. So I watched all of it, and then, oh my god, I think, like, yeah, like, I already started my journey to being a full-fledged otaku, where I was watching a bunch of stuff, because then I moved on to Inuyasha, and then I watched Bleach, And like I watched all the older stuff like Death Note. Before I got into like whatever was actually airing at that time, I watched all like the more passé stuff. And that was it, honestly. I don't know like what else. I just started my whole journey into that. So yeah, as I was saying, honestly, what started it was basically my cousins that introduced me to Fruits Basket. And the reason why I am mentioning all of this right now at all is because Fruits Basket is actually getting a remake in 2019. So it's coming back and I feel so attached and emotionally drawn to this. I'm like, oh, Fruits Basket, are you serious? Like, this was the beginning of my journey. Like, oh, I feel like this video is like kind of cringe. But yeah, so like it was super touching, like when like that series really kind of got me into like all this stuff, and I'm like really happy I'm watching all these things right now. Like it's a lot of fun and it's awesome. So when I think of it coming back, and honestly, like I said, I wanted another season for it, but it didn't have another season and I never got into actually reading the manga. So the fact that this older series that like started it all for me is coming back with a fresher like newer version, I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with it. Obviously, maybe I'll be a little picky. I don't know how it's gonna go down, but I'm so hyped to see what they do with it in 2019 with like better technology, enhanced whatever. And honestly, with this being said, if it gets like good feedback, I don't know if they were just planning on doing one season again. It's like, why would you do that? So, and because I'm sure the manga has progressed even more, I get the feeling that we could maybe get a season 2 animated, which is also why I'm super excited, because that means we're gonna get more of it animated, which is what I wanted years ago. So this is really exciting for me, and I don't know how many of you guys can relate to this, just because Fruits Basket wasn't necessarily any of you guys' first anime, right? So yeah, I mean, hey, yeah, I'm the only one being super hyped about this, but whatever. Yeah, so basically, guys, that is it. That is how it all started, and this is where we are today. So thanks, cousins. I'd love to hear how you guys actually started your journey, if you guys can even remember it. Why am I calling it a journey? Like, I don't, guys. Anyways, I'd love to see what you guys have to say down below. Leave what you guys think, how you guys started it. And your thoughts and everything like that. I'd love to hear. So thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing y'all again soon. So thanks and bye.